And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into RowanAthletics.com's coverage of Prouse men's basketball. I'm Mark Acitelli alongside my broadcast partner, Kayla Santiago. And boy, do we have a big game on our hands this afternoon at ESB between your Rowan University Prouse and the Rutgers-Newark Scarlet Raiders. Now, these two teams, Kayla, currently in the top part of the NJAC standings. The Prouse find themselves in the middle in the 6th spot in the NJAC standings. Meanwhile, Rutgers-Newark in the 2nd spot. A 6-2 conference record for the Scarlet Raiders, a 10-5 overall record on the year, while the Prouse 7-8 on the year, 3-5 in the conference. It's going to be a heavyweight battle today.
It definitely is, and I think Rutgers-Newark really prides themselves on the defensive end of the floor, and the Prouse are kind of the opposite, as we've seen all season. They're a very offensive team, don't play as much defense, but really require three-point shots, that inside game. So it's going to be interesting to see how both of these teams battle them out. For Rutgers-Newark, they only give up 57.1 points per game and only score about 64.7. So definitely going to be interesting to see how the Prouse battle this one.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting matchup. The Prouse, the second best offense in the entire NJAC, scoring just above 84 points per game, going up against the Scarlet Raiders of Rutgers-Newark, who have the #1 defense in the conference, giving up only 57 points per game. This Scarlet Raiders team is locked down defense for sure as we get ready to see and hear the starting lineups for both teams. But the Prouse 3-2 at home on the season. They've been up and down here inside ESB Gymnasium. Meanwhile, the Scarlet Raiders, they have thrived away from the Golden Dome at 5-1 on the road. There's the starting lineup for your Rutgers-Newark Scarlet Raiders. Quincy Rutherford and Chase Barney's at the guard positions. David Logan and Mike Vick, two other guards. And underneath the basket, the center, Tyrone Bowens, rounds out the starting five for the Scarlet Raiders.
And it's going to be interesting to see here today because the Scarlet Raiders just losing against Stockton, but their loss 54-47, so it wasn't a big gap. You can tell it was a fight through. We can see how low the score is. We know that Stockton is a huge offensive team as well, really has their 3 game going. A team that beat Rowan earlier this season with about 20 points. So they're coming off a loss, but against a very good team, so it'll be interesting to see how they kind of battle back from that one.
Well, Stockton, the top team in the NJAC. Here's your Prouse starting lineup. Malik Sanders and Connor Dickerson at the guard positions, along with Jerry Price. Ryan O'Leary will play at the power forward position. Austin Carney will be the big man underneath the rim, as Deontay Ba out today, will not play. So Austin Carney's going to be the big man underneath. Now, him and Ba, certainly two interchangeable big men underneath. Usually you see Carney play at the power forward position, Deontay Ba play that center position, anchor down the paint. But without Deontay Ba, Austin Carney going to have to shift even further underneath the basket at center. Ryan O'Leary and Malik Sanders will try and figure things out at the forward positions.
And we saw against Kane that Prouse also without Ba, they really focused on their 3-point possessions. They actually were just one 3-pointer away from tying the school record that Rowan was able to make last year. So that's what it'll be interesting to see if they do that again today because they don't have Ba. They might not go as much of an inside game, but Carney can definitely get down in the paint and score.
Well, Carney certainly has done a good job. He actually leads the Prouse team in rebounds per game, 6.4 rebounds per game. That's 7th best in the NJAC. Meanwhile, the Prouse offense led by Jerry Price, the transfer guard out of Texas College. He averaging about 14 points per game, just under that at 13.7. He's 14th best in the NJAC. But Deontay Ba, we already talked about, it's going to be a big miss for the Prouse. He's not playing today. Leads the NJAC in field goal percentage at 70.8%.
And also talking about Jerry Price, he had a great game against Kane, can do so much. He's only listed, I believe, at 5'7", but he doesn't seem that small on the court. He's able to dribble and drive and also hit the 3 from way downtown.
Malik Sanders will go up for the tip with Bowens. And Sanders wins the opening tip to Jerry Price. We're underway here in SB Gymnasium. O'Leary trying to open up the game with the 3, and he does. Gets the friendly bounce.
O'Leary had a big game in the first half against Kane, was really spot on from beyond the arc, and seems like he's trying to pick up where he left off. on Wednesday.
Bowens leaves it off for Rutherford. Pass underneath, off the glass, and the lay-in is good. It's David Logan. 2 quick scores from both teams. Jerry Price leaves it off for Dickerson. Austin Carney taking on Bowens in the post. Nice post move and spin by Carney. That's what he's going to need to do underneath against the big man and Tyrone Bowens.
And Carney just got Bowens to completely miss there. Faked him on the spin move and an easy layup.
It's Mike Vick, the junior guard out of Maplewood, New Jersey, and possesses it at half court. Jerry Price blanketing all over him, and a turnover there as it couldn't be corralled underneath by Chase Barnes. Now Connor Dickerson driving baseline, reverse layup, got it to go with the left hand.
The Profs coming out really aggressive, being all up on defense, as we saw Jerry Price all over their point guard and just created a turnover.
Barnes over to Vick, who finds his way into the lane, gets fouled going up for the shot. He'll head to the line for 2 free throws. We're going to issue the foul to Austin Carney, his first, team's first. As we mentioned, Mike Vick, the junior guard, 6'2", out of Maplewood, New Jersey, attended East Brunswick High School, shooting 93% from the free throw line coming into today's game. And he knocks down the first.
As we said before, Rutgers-Newark, a very good defensive team. And the Profs right now coming out aggressive, as we saw that trap defense by Dickerson and Price, maybe trying to match up to that because they know they have a little bit better of an offensive game. So trying to escalate their defense and then keep doing what they do on the offensive side of the ball.
Well, I'm sure the Profs had a game plan coming into this one, as Deontay Baugh missed the previous contest against the Kane University Cougars as well. So he's out again today. Austin Carney and the rest of the forwards had to make adjustments. Coach Joe Crispin always has an answer for nearly everything any team throws at him, as Dickerson tries to go baseline, gets a little shove from Logan. The whistle blown, a foul on David Logan, his first, team's first.
And the Profs, along with their women's team and their men's team, also have a very deep bench. We've seen the starting lineup shift throughout the year, just trying out new things. Malik Sanders, O'Leary getting starters, also coming off the bench, so able to utilize those other pieces.
Carney, 3 ball with a hand in his face, no good off the front of the rim. A long rebound finds its way out to Jerry Price, who's guarded by Barnes. Profs move the ball around the perimeter. 10 on the shot clock now as Jerry Price guarded by Barnes again. It's O'Leary. 5 on the shot clock, pass underneath, loose ball. It goes out of bounds off the Scarlet Raiders last, but the Profs are going to have to get a quick shot up, only 2 on the shot clock.
And Jerry Price saying 2 seconds, guys, 2 seconds, making sure and communicating to his team that they know they got to get the ball off quick.
Well, Jerry Price will inbound it for the Profs. Start a play, hand it off to Dickerson, throws up a 3 with contact, didn't get the foul, and he airballs it anyway. Here's Logan, left-handed layup off the glass and in.
And that's what the Profs are going to struggle with when they don't have Baugh trying to stop the defense, stop the Rutgers offense inside.
Barnes leaves it off for Vick. And Vick hands it back to Barnes. Here's Rutherford. Right now, Scarlet Raiders just looking for some sort of opening. 8 on the shot clock as Vick takes the left-handed dribble, pass out to the corner, long 2, and Logan couldn't knock it down, but it does deflect off a Prof last. Ball didn't hit the rim, so it will be 1 second on the shot clock. So a similar situation this time on the other end. Scarlet Raiders need to get a quick shot. Now they're going to overturn it and just give the Profs the ball.
Definitely, I think, an easier call to see if you're the back official, going off the last hand, seeing if the Scarlet Raiders are able to get on top. And that's exactly what they did.
Connor Dickerson. O'Leary from deep. Got it. O'Leary 2 for 2 from beyond the arc, and he seems to be just heating up.
O'Leary, like I said, kind of leaving off where he left in that King game, starting high in the first half beyond the arc. That's really going to help his team here on the offensive end.
Barney's driving in on two defenders, gets it to go as he splits O'Leary and Carney. Chase Barney's the leading point getter on the Scarlet Raiders. Leads the team with 16.6 points per game. Long three from Jerry Price off the front of the rim. Rebound brought down by Barney's. Barney's 16.6 points per game is good enough for 7th best in the NJAC. And Barney's will have the ball but find Vic at half court. Jerry Price will back up and give him the space. 15:50 left to go in the first half. A 10-7 lead for the Profs. Rutherford, 5 on the shot clock. Hands it off. Barney's fakes the three. Now step back, and he gets called for a travel.
He tried the old James Harden step back move, but not working out for him as he's trying to claim his case to the official.
Oh, he took a big step back, trying to get the three off. It'll be a turnover, and now an early substitution for the Scarlet Raiders. Jordan Salisbury, the sophomore forward out of North Brunswick, New Jersey, checks into the game. It's Malik Sanders. Dickerson, baseline, back to Sanders from three. In and out, couldn't get it. Carney, the turnaround putback, still no good. And Profs, another chance, and Carney gets the and one as well.
Carney goes up with it. Dickerson trying to tip it back in. Carney just in the perfect spot to get that rebound. Goes up with it strong. 2 Scarlet Raiders on him and gets the N1 call.
And you see Austin Carney let out a scream as he knows what a big play that was. 3 offensive rebounds for the Profs on that play. And Carney converts the three-point play. It's a 13-7 lead for Rowan. Well, one of the things to watch out for, the rebound battle. The Scarlet Raiders, not only are they the best defense in the NJAC, but they're also the best team at limiting opposing rebounds, as they only give up about 31 rebounds per game. Meanwhile, the Profs have the worst mark in the NJAC as a 3-ball knockdown by Jameer Patterson. Profs give up about 42 rebounds per game to opponents.
The Profs, I think, doing a really good job defensively right now. Not known as a defensive team, as you said. Those rebounding numbers kind of prove it right there, which is surprising because they do have Deontay Ba and Austin Carney. Just something that they really don't necessarily implement into their game right away. But so far right now they are. As we see right here, driving in the lane. And a nice 3-point play for the Scarlet Raiders.
Foul called before he drove in. Matt Green's going to get whistled for that one, his first. Team's third, as driving baseline was Jordan Salisbury, who just came into the game about a minute or so ago. Here's Salisbury again, leaves it off for Barney's, who looks to run the offense. Rutherford. Rutherford, baseline, pass, blocked away, loose ball, picked up, and now swatted away by Dickerson, and then the floater no good. Loose ball on the ground again, and Rowan comes out with it, Matt Green.
Good defense by the Profs right there, being able to come up with that ball.
Jerry Price gets the contested layup to go. He may have gotten away with a walk there as well.
I mean, maybe one too many steps marked, but hard to tell. This is what I mean, though, by Jerry Price. He's listed at 5'7", but able to take up so much space against the taller guards and doesn't play like he's shorter at all.
It's Patterson, guarded by O'Leary. Swings it out, long ball from Salisbury off the iron, no good. Green down with the rebound, and Connor Dickerson takes it over half court for Rowan. Good ball movement by the Profs, it's O'Leary. Back to Price at the top. Matt Green driving in, layup, got it to go around Salisbury, and Rowan, a 7-point lead, their biggest advantage of the game.
Green just seeing the opening. Scarlet Raiders really splitting the floor, and Green finding the open lane.
Timeout called by the Scarlet Raiders of Rutgers-Newark. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep things here.
And as we see on this play, Price over to Green. He's patient with it. He's going to wait. Salisbury on him, and then he just splits 2 defenders and goes in with the easy layup.
Well, right now, Profs up by 7 over the second seed in the NJAC standings right now, Rutgers-Newark. And what they needed going into this one, Caleb, we had talked about it pregame. They need to get off to an early start. That's exactly what they've done. And they've done a good job in the rebound department, which was what we were afraid they were going to be lacking in, missing their starting center, Deontay Ba.
Definitely coming out strong, and I'm really impressed with the Profs defense right now. As we said before, they really put their game on the offensive end, but setting up those traps, those double teams, Jerry Price being all over the other point guard, really fighting for those rebounds offensively and defensively, and something that has really implemented them into this game.
Out of the timeout come the Scarlet Raiders as Barnes has possession, almost gets it stripped away. Damian Smith into the game for the Profs out of the timeout. So is Pantovic, and a floater no good, a rebound brought down by Green.
And Damian Smith, one of my favorite players on this Profs team, just because he, to me, is the definition of grit. He started on this team. He's a freshman. He didn't really get much minutes in the beginning, but then is the second or third guy off the bench for them. We haven't seen much of his offensive game so far yet this year, but on the defensive end, he's going after those loose balls. He's constantly on the floor, really just giving everything he has every single game.
Damian Smith, one of those freshmen trying to get more minutes. It's Jerry Price to Dickerson. Back to Price, fakes the shot. Now drives in, kicks it out to Smith for 3. Couldn't get it to go, but Price looks to be whistled for a travel. Salisbury will bring it up the court for the Scarlet Raiders. A 7-point lead for Rowan with about 12 and a half minutes left to go in the first half. Mike Vick back into the game for the Scarlet Raiders, and Jerry Price tried to find Matt Green down the court, but he was fouled, and it was a smart foul by the Scarlet Raiders. It was on Mike Vick, his first, team's 5th. And Price will inbound it for Rowan. Dickerson guarded by Patterson. Tries to get a move on him, can't get it. Finds Pantovic, swings it to Smith, and now Price. Price, step back. Airballs it, loose ball, coming away with it is Patterson, and he hands it off to Vick. Vick kicks it out. Rutherford faked the 3. And now Vick called for a walk. Another turnover by the Scarlet Raiders. They got to take care of the basketball.
They really do, because this Profs team won't make you pay, as they have a 7-point lead. But once the Profs get going offensively, if you're turning the ball over, it's not going to be good for the Scarlet Raiders.
Well, right now the turnover count, Profs only with 1, Scarlet Raiders with 5. Almost halfway through the first half. Dickerson. Layup, no good off the glass. Loose ball, Smith to Price. Fakes the 3, thought about it. Changed his mind at the last second. Damian Smith gets called for the travel. That would have been a nice move to free him up, free some space up for him driving into the rim.
And Joe Crispin in the official's ear doesn't like the travel call, but the officials really on top of one too many steps tonight. A lot of calls on both sides so far for traveling.
Vick picked up the ball, and a foul was called. It's not a walk this time. It's on Damian Smith, his first. Inbounding the ball be David Logan. He finds Vic. Rutherford gives it back to Vic. Loses control of the ball, able to get it back, however. Now Logan, floater, got it to go. Front of the rim, backboard and in.
The Profs just looked a little bit confused defensively there. Logan was by himself out beyond the arc and drives in easily.
Screen set by Pantovic. Price found Smith, who then gives it off, driving in. Baseline for Rowan, swatted away was Hevelo. There's a whistle on the play. They'll call a foul. David Logan gets called for the foul. He'll probably come out. It's his second already. Marco Pantovic heads the line for Rowan. Shooting 2. Pantovic, the 6'7 junior out of Belgrade, Serbia. Got some minutes last year with the Profs and has really worked his way into a bigger role in this 2019-2020 season.
I think especially with Bob being out here really getting some serious minutes in these past few NJAC games and has proven to Coach Crispin why he should be put in certain situations.
Well, Pantovic knocks down one of 2 free throws, a 6-point advantage for Rowan. 10:40 left to go in the first half. Jerry Price comes away with the loose balls. He steals it away. It's Damian Smith. Hands it off to Green. Step back jumper, knocks it down.
That was impressive by Matt Green. Immediately double teamed behind the backboard a little bit and somehow gets that one to go.
It's a smooth stroke from Matt Green. Made it look effortless. Profs up by 8, their largest lead. And they're going to say Vic stepped on the line out of bounds, driving baseline. He tried to get the pass over to Salisbury. It's a turnover again. And the Profs come back with a turnover of their own as Jerry Price, intended for Matt Green, threw it behind him, went out of bounds.
Just a little bit of miscommunication there. Price thinking that Green was going to go out further, and Green just, it was out of his reach. Price knew. He was mad about that one.
Here's Barnes, hands it off. Salisbury, jumper, got it. Salisbury finally gets himself going in the offensive department. His first 2 points of the game. Matt Green behind the back dribble, now spin move. Knocks down the jumper again. He is feeling it right now. Back to back, nothing but nets from Matt Green.
Matt Green just getting his way offensively. Some pretty moves, able to create some space. And as you said, sees the ball go through the net beautifully twice.
Vic gets fouled by Hevelo. And he'll go to the line. Profs will make some substitutions. Connor Dickerson back into the game, as well as Austin Carney. Marco Pantovic gets subbed out, as well as Jerry Price. They're not going to give him shots at the line. Vic had originally lined up there. 5 fouls on Rowan. Now the inbound pass stolen away. Matt Green leaves it off for Hevelo, and he gets it hit away, and they're going to give the ball to Rutgers-Newark. So fast break opportunity snuffed out by the Scarlet Raiders.
And I think Hevelo kind of just lost that ball going up. A good thought by Matt Green trying to get Hevelo involved. Don't know if Hevelo was really ready for that pass yet.
Ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Scarlet Raiders. Speaking of the Scarlet Raiders, head coach Joe Loughran, his 18th season as the Rutgers-Newark Scarlet Raiders head coach. Before his arrival in the Brick City, Rutgers-Newark had never gone to an NCAA championship tournament. Meanwhile, he's brought them to the big dance twice in his tenure, once in 2009, 2010, and then the second time in 2012, 2013. So Joe Loughran has made a big impact on the Scarlet Raiders program.
He has, and this year they're really a team to be reckoned with. As we said, second in the NJAC conference, just below Stockton, who is a really talented team.
Malik Sanders couldn't get the three to go. Now Matt Green from three off the back of the iron. Scarlet Raiders will possess. Damian Smith guarding Vick, 11 on 11, and now Barney's driving in, swatted away, and they call the foul. Malik Sanders thought he got a clean block. He can't believe it. They're going to call a foul on Austin Carney instead.
It must have been a behind foul on Carney. Malik Sanders, and no doubt, got the clean block. Carney just some contact there for the Profs.
Barney's knocks down the first of his two free throws. And speaking of Rutgers-Newark and Barney, Kayla had mentioned in the pregame that Scarlet Raiders are coming off a loss to Stockton, 54-47 at home. In that game, Chase Barney's had 10 points and 4 rebounds, but Quincy Rutherford led the team in points with 16 points. He had 6 rebounds and 2 steals as well. Right now, Quincy Rutherford has basically been absolutely shut down by the Profs defense, only with 1 assist on the game and nothing else.
The Profs had to know that against Stockton, you see it in the stat sheet, you can look it up yourself, that he went off, and the Profs not wanting that to happen in this game.
Green for 3, in and out, no good, and Smith brought down the rebound and gets it knocked out from behind, but they're going to call a foul on Salisbury.
Damian Smith listed at 6'1". He's smaller than a lot of those centers on the floor for Rutgers-Newark, and he's able to get up there and get that rebound between 2 guys. Just shows how much effort he's putting into this and how aggressive he is on the glass.
Damian Smith knocks down the first of a 1-and-1, so we'll get a second opportunity at the line. Head coach Joe Loughran shouting across the court at the referee on the far side, not happy with the call from before. And Damian Smith knocks down the second as well, an 8-point lead for Rowan.
And as you said, Stockton beating Rutgers-Newark their last game to give them a loss. For the Profs, they won their last game against Kane 106-80, so coming off a big one. Now Kane lower in the NJAC standings, but still a big one to win by 26 points on any given night.
Long 3 off the back of the rim. Patterson couldn't knock it down. O'Leary back into the game for Rowan. Sanders spinning around, driving, kicks out. It's Dickerson. Holds it, fadeaway jumper, knocks it down.
Dickerson wants the end one call there, holding his arm to the ref, thought he got hit. But an impressive move by Dickerson, being so patient with that pivot, thought he might throw it out to the corner, but takes it himself.
And they're going to call a foul. Profs fans wanted a walk, but instead it's going to be a foul whistled on Rowan. It's on Connor Dickerson, his first. Mike Vick heads to the line.
Good thing for Dickerson. He's not in any foul trouble. That's his first foul of the game. He's probably frustrated because he thought he got hit on the other end.
Vick knocks down his first free throw. Made one other trip to the line tonight where he split the shots. Knocked down 1 of 2. Talked about Mike Vick, 93% from the line on the season. He has been as good as it gets from the free throw line. He knocks down the second. Profs still up by 8. 26-18, 7:10 left to go in the first half. O'Leary from 3 off the back of the rim. And there's a foul. It's on Rutherford or Sanders. It's on Quincy Rutherford underneath, so the Profs will keep the ball. And in fact, Malik Sanders will head to the line to shoot a 1-and-1.
And the Profs doing a really good job taking up space underneath. As we said, Ba not in this game. Carney not even out there right now as well, but able to take up some space and create the contact that the Scarlet Raiders are giving them.
Sanders knocks down the first of his 1-and-1 free throw, so he'll get an opportunity for a second. Can't get it to go. Damian Smith, though, does the work on the boards and pulls down the rebound. Connor Dickerson gets it almost at half court. Profs trying to set up the offense. Sanders in the post with Salisbury, gets the ball fed to him from Smith. Sanders, left-handed dribble, driving in, off the glass, no good. Couldn't get his own rebound, a little bit too strong off the glass.
It was a nice move, able to split that double team. As you said, Mark, just too strong.
Mike Vick from three, no good as O'Leary brings down the board. Sanders, they can't leave him open because he will shoot a three. Matt Green step back three, no good, but he gets fouled on the shot. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
Resino just not allowing Matt Green any space to come down on the floor. An easy call if you're the official.
Matt Green already 6 points on the night, 3 for 5 shooting, and has 3 rebounds. Can't knock down the first of his 3 free throws, so he will get 2 more. Matt Green, of course, the hero in last year's NJAC championship game, knocked down the go-ahead three-pointer against NJCU on the road in Jersey City that won the Profs the NJAC title, sent them to the NCAA tournament for the first time in nearly 20 years.
And the Profs, he also did that against Montclair. They ended up losing that game by not a large margin, but Matt Green hitting a huge three down the stretch to tie the game up with just about a few seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. The Profs did end up losing that one, but he has some ice in his veins, Mark, is what he says. So a very determined player.
We have a timeout on the floor. It is a full timeout called by Rutgers-Newark, so we're going to take a quick step off. Be right back out of the timeout right here on RowanAthletics.com.
In one word, if I had to describe Trifecta Therapeutics, if I had to describe Trifecta in one word, it would be empower. The purpose of Trifecta Therapeutics would be to empower the athletic community. I just really like the population of having active individuals and people who really want to get back, giving whatever they could to get back, and want to be part of that process. We want them to feel like this is an environment where they belong and where they're going to get the best possible care. This is a professional environment. They're all working with their doctor, physical therapy, but I want them to be comfortable and fun. Not only do we want to rehab you from your injuries, we want to get you to an optimal place as an athlete. My clients are also there. They're active, they're hungry, they all want to get back to something. They're focused and they're dedicated. That's a perfect combination. You really want to be challenged and get to your goals faster. That's why I would say come here.
Welcome back inside SB Gymnasium on the campus of Rowan University in Glassboro, New Jersey. I'm Mark Etchitelli alongside my broadcast partner, Kayla Santiago. Coming out of the timeout now, Rowan Profs with an 11-point lead over the visitors in the Rutgers-Newark Scarlet Raiders. And right now, Kayla, Matt Green leads the Profs in points with 8 points on the game, 3 for 5 from the field, 2 for 3 from the free throw line.
And Matt Green just really doing it all, being able to hit from downtown, but driving in some nice spin moves and making the defense collapse.
Stolen away as Jerry Price picks up the loose ball, and then he gets it taken away from behind. O'Leary wanted the alley-oop, but Price got it stripped away.
And if you're the Profs, you got to communicate on that one to try and let Price know that there's somebody behind your back.
Well, Barney's floater was no good on the other end. Now Damian Smith gets stripped. Profs got to watch the trailing defense. Another turnover. Chase Barney's towards the rim. Gets fouled. He'll go to the line for 2.
Definitely have to watch the trailing defense. And also, if you're off the ball and you're not in the play, scream behind your back so that Damian Smith or Jerry Price know. Obviously frustrating for the Profs in those sequences because they could have had a fast break on both.
Unfortunate. Profs got to make sure they keep their wits about them. I know it's hard to say have eyes in the back of your head, but sometimes you just have to realize who's coming behind you on the court. Lack of communication there from Rowan, and back-to-back turnovers. Now at the free throw line is Barnes. He knocks down the first of two. Chase Barnes, senior guard out of Woodbridge, New Jersey, went to Colonia High School. Sanders from the corner, in and out, couldn't get it to go.
Scarlet Raiders trying to play some trap defense here, forcing Rowan to put up the ball quickly.
Rutherford can't get it to go. Patterson gets the putback, however. Cut the deficit to 7. Jerry Price to Damian Smith. Sanders is in the corner. He's guarded by Barnes. And Sanders called for the double dribble.
The Rutgers-Newark fans starting to get loud.
Timeout on the floor. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep things here. But out of the timeout, Kayla, from before, Rutgers-Newark came out flying, got a pair of steals and a few baskets, and brought this game within 7 points.
As you said, the profs really just need to be aware of them not stealing the ball, as we see here. Rutherford going inside. Offensive rebound, something the profs did very well. That was by Patterson putting the putback up. Profs did that very well on their end before that last timeout, but need to take care of the ball, need to be aware of that trailing defense if you're Rowan.
Profs took care of the ball very well in the opening minutes. A little bit of bad judgment, and they've been turning the ball over quite a few times in the past few possessions.
They still hold a lead here, but that can be taken away quickly by this Raiders team.
Barnes gets the screen from Rutherford, now pulls up from 3, knocks it down.
Rutherford starting to get hot. Don't want to get him going. As you said, Mark, he was the leading scorer in that game against Stockton.
Price kicks it out. Sanders driving in, gets it slapped away. There'll be a foul on the play. Sanders will go to the line for 2.
The profs doing a lot of dribble and driving right now. Not necessarily working out for them because the Raiders defense is collapsing, which means there's a lot of clogging up in the lane. But O'Leary out on the outside and Dickerson as well were wide open. They just got to keep their heads up when they're dribbling and driving to try and kick it out for the open 3.
Well, Sanders will go to the line. It's a 4-point game now, 29-25 after that Barnes three-pointer on the other end. Sanders knocks down the first of his 2 free throws. Malik Sanders, another transfer that's come into this profs team and made an instant impact. Sanders, especially from 3, shooting just under 39% from beyond the arc on the year. But as far as his points per game contributions, averaging 13.3 points per game, just below Jerry Price at 13.7. Barnes has Dickerson on him. Barnes now takes a hard step towards the rim and gets it to roll around the rim and in. 4-point game. O'Leary from the corner, got it.
O'Leary 3 from 4 from the beyond the arc, almost perfect. Has a nice stroke going on tonight.
Barnes hits the open 3 as O'Leary shaded off of him, thinking he wouldn't take it. And he said, you know what? You want to dare me? I'll do it.
And Barney's answering right back.
And now Dickerson from 3. He answers.
We're starting a bit of a shootout here, Mark.
Connor Dickerson has been lights out from three so far this season, shooting at a clip just under 44% from beyond the arc. He continues it. As off the glass, lay-in knocked down by Patterson. Sanders got it from Hevelo. Now he's guarded by Vick. It's Connor Dickerson. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Screen set, kicked out. Green from three, no good. Rebound brought down by Mike Vick.
I think this place would have gone crazy, Mark, if Matt Green hit that three.
Patterson from three, no good. Rebound Sanders. O'Leary kicks it out. Dickerson from three again. Off the rim, no good. And there's a foul on the play. Looks to be pointing at Barney's. No, it's Jonathan Hevelo. He gets what's for the foul. It's Hevelo's third foul already.
And both teams deep in the bonus here as he's going to shoot two at the line. Something you don't want to give up easy points if you're the Profs.
So Barney's at the line. Gets the first one to bounce in off the rim. .220 left to go in the first half. Profs up by 4. If Barney's knocks down his second free throw, it'll be a 3-point game. Barney's already with 15 points on the afternoon.
He averages about 16.6 points per game. So if he's continuing to playing how he is, he's going to go above that.
Dickerson drives baseline, absorbs the contact, gets it to go, no foul. He lets out a scream as he was able to get it to go.
Just a strong move by Dickerson. As you said, absorbing that contact and being able to get the tough shot.
Barney swings it out to Vick, who fakes the shot. Now floater, got it. Matt Green over to Sanders. Sanders into the lane, off the glass. He's fouled going in. He'll go to the line for two.
It looked like Sanders knew he was fouled on that one as he just put the shot up, felt the contact. So why not put a shot up? And even if he does miss it, go to the line for two.
Scarlet Raiders head coach Joe Loughran can't believe the call. He's still asking the referee what he saw there. And Malik Sanders knocks down the first of two free throws. Plenty of new additions to this Profs team this year. Jerry Price, of course, the senior transfer, along with Malik Sanders. Price transfer from Texas College. Sanders transferring from Shepherd University Division II program out of Shepherdstown, West Virginia. Travis Holland, a Stockton Osprey transfer. Ryan O'Leary, a Division I transfer coming from Rider University. And then the influx of freshmen in Greg Velaspelos, Damian Smith, and Rob Gordon. Whistle blown, and Mike Vick will head to the line for some free throws.
Definitely a new team for the Profs. Not only did they lose 4 of their 5 starters that graduated from that NJAC winning conference team, but as you said, they have new freshmen coming in, they have transfers. So Profs are at 7-8 on the season, but you have to think they had to get together early. So it took a few games for them to really connect, to figure out how they can all play together. So I think going forward with a win in this game as well, if they can pull that off, will be huge for them in this NJAC conference.
Well, they'll also put the rest of the conference on notice. Now, granted, the Profs, no slouch in the conference. 3-5, not too bad. 7-8 on the year. Obviously, that long start, it took them to get used to each other. But a win like this over the second best team in the NJAC could really turn some heads.
And also a team that really didn't lose by that much to Stockton, who's number 1 in the conference. So the Profs just need to get hot at the right time.
Profs played Stockton early on in the season when they were still gelling together, and the result didn't end well as Rowan fell in that game by a score of 93-72. And now an offensive foul called on Mike Vick.
Connor Dickerson, knowing Mike Vick was going to drive in the lane, just completely stood there, took up his space, and was like a brick wall. An obvious call if you're the official, and a smart play by Dickerson.
Well, the Profs up by 4, under a minute left to go in the first half. Sanders to Dickerson, fakes the 3, drives in, kicks it out. Malik from the corner gets fouled as well, so he'll have the line for 3 free throws.
The Scarlet Raiders having a little bit of trouble closing out the Profs beyond the arc. That's the second foul from 3 that they've had, just not getting to them quick enough in that sense, Malik Sanders, and having to foul because they don't want a 3 from downtown.
Malik Sanders try and convert these free throws. The Profs, as a team, as Sanders knocks down the first of his 3. 4th best free throw percentage in the NJAC as a team, 68% on the nose from the line entering today. On the other side, Rutgers-Newark, the top free throw shooting team in the conference, just under 75% from the line as a team. So Rutgers-Newark, you don't want to send them to the line because more often than not, they'll knock down the shots. Malik Sanders knocked down the second, and here he goes for the third. He gets it.
And the Profs just finding ways to play really good defensively. As we just saw, Connor Dickerson taking that charge, not considering going up for a layup, and really just playing with their hands up, not causing too many fouls. Both teams in the same foul range. The Profs just doing a really good job of closing out.
Kickball violation on Connor Dickerson. 27.4 on the game clock. We got 25 on the shot clock. So if Rutgers-Newark decides to hold it, they can hold it for pretty much what would be the last shot of the half, considering if it doesn't go in, or even if it does go in, Rowan most likely wouldn't get a shot off again anyway. Chase Barney's now 10 on the shot clock. Loose ball. Rowan takes it away. Shot clock unplugged. O'Leary gets the outlet pass from Dickerson. Layup, no good. Put back. Still couldn't get it. And they're going to call a jump ball. Possession arrow is with Rutgers-Newark.
And that was a great pass by Connor Dickerson, getting the steal, the little over-the-head hook pass by him to find O'Leary. Unfortunate, not able to finish there. But some good technique by Dickerson.
Scarlet Raiders inbound at half court. Patterson pulls up from 3. No good. Hits off the backboard, doesn't even touch the rim, and that does it for first half action. 44-37. The Profs a 7-point lead heading into halftime, and Kayla, Rowan's offense got going early, and they're almost at 50 points at the halftime break.
It did get going early, and as we know, the Scarlet Raiders usually holding their teams to 57 points, holding their opponents to that much. The Profs already almost at 50 in that first half, and it really impressed me how they came out so strong defensively. I think Coach Crispin really putting in some trap defense, some double teams, and they've been turning defense into offense. As you saw, Connor Dickerson getting the steal, finding O'Leary. Things like that is what's really going to put them ahead in this game.
And think about it, the top team in the NJAC, Stockton University, just beat Rutgers-Newark the other day. They scored 54 points total in the game. Rowan's already at 44 at the half. So either Rutgers-Newark may be a little bit tired, or the Profs have the answers to the Scarlet Raiders. Nonetheless, a 7-point lead for Rowan heading into the halftime break, 44-37. We'll be back with second half action right here on RowanAthletics.com.
One word, if I had to describe Trifecta Therapeutics, if I had to describe Trifecta in one word, it would be power. The purpose of Trifecta Therapeutics would be to empower the athletic community.
I just really like the population of having active individuals and people who really want to get back doing whatever they could to get back, and I want to be part of that process.
We want them to feel like this is an environment where they belong and where they're going to get the best possible care.
This is a professional environment. They're all working with their doctor, physical therapy, but I want them to be comfortable and fun.
Not only do we want to rehab you from your injuries, we want to get you to an optimal place as an athlete.
My clients are awesome. They're active, they're hungry, they all want to get back to something.
They're focused and they're dedicated. That's a perfect combination.
If you really want to be challenged and get to your goals faster, that's why I would say come here.
Diving in college taught me to strive and be the best athlete I can be, but also the best student I can be. My coaches always made sure that the student comes first, because not everyone's gonna become a professional athlete. So they make sure that we will do great in academics. I knew that would only open the door to my future, and I'm really excited to start my dream program for physical therapy.
My favorite emoji is the little, the flirt face, like the, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
the smile. Oh, definitely the red one with the tongue sticking out. It's like,
what if it's a fire emoji? I'll just point to my hair.
You know, like the kissy face, but it's not actually blowing the kiss. It's just like that one.
Favorite emoji, and you have to make the face.
It's the sneezing one. I like the sneezing one.
I can't do it. It's the upside down emoji. I'm not turning upside down, so.
The little smirk, like the that one. Probably the hard eyes, but I can't really make that.
See, I like the one where you got the glasses on, but I don't got glasses to show it. Angry emoji.
I just wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that, and it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am. Their lives are dedicated for us to succeed.
What would be the worst of buy one, get one free sale of all time?
Buy one, get one free sale. That's tough.
Oh, that's a good question. Oh my gosh. Egg rolls.
Where's buy one, get one free sale? A car.
I mean, I'd say cat, like a kitten. I hate cats, so I ain't buying one. I guess clothes.
I don't know, coloring books at Barnes & Noble.
Buy one, get one insurance for life.
Gum.
Buying Chick-fil-A on Sunday.
A coffin.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball, or it's not just about school, it's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
If animals could talk, which animal would be the rudest?
Probably cats. Cats are the worst. I don't know, maybe like a raccoon. Because they, I don't know, aren't they known for like stealing stuff? They go and they just like run around and run off with it.
Probably a hyena.
Llamas.
Giraffe. I feel like they sassy.
Porcupine. Porcupine.
If animals could talk, which animal would be the rudest?
Oh, a cat. Probably a donkey. I don't think they'd be very happy.
I don't know. Porcupine.
Probably a raccoon.
The rudest animal would probably be a dinosaur. Just because they're big, they can do whatever they want.
Football has taught me a lot throughout my life. It's definitely had a huge imprint on who I am as a person. Competing at a Division III level created that opportunity for me to go to college. Not only was I the first one in my family to graduate college, but I was really the first one to even go. Being the first one, I'm breaking that cycle, and now that I've graduated, I'm not sure what's the next step, but I know I have a lot of doors open. And a lot of those are open because I played football and ran track here at Otterbein.
How old is Coach Crispin?
42? I don't know. I would probably say around 40 or 50.
Man, he probably 45, almost 50.
I think he's 40. 40.
He's 39 or 40.
40? 38?
How old is Coach Crispin?
40.
40.
25. How old? 35.
I'd say like 40. 40 or 41.
How old is Coach Crispin?
Like 40, 41.
480 months.
I learned a lot of valuable lessons playing college football. I never thought about the health benefits of exercise until I actually started to talk to coaches in college. It's not only just for performance, it's for life. My coaches instilled the importance of well-being, not only building up strength, mental health, getting enough sleep, eating properly is all what it is to be healthy. I decided that I want to go on a personal trainer and share my knowledge that I obtained in college about physical and mental well-being.
And which teammate would win in an eating competition?
Oh, shit. Eating competition? Matt Green.
I'll say Maddie.
Me. Not even close.
Oh, Hevelo. John Hevelo. That's easy.
Eating competition. Ryan O'Leary.
Oh, I say Travis. Travis Huntley.
Probably me. I eat a lot.
There are over 480,000 college athletes. Only 2% would go pro. That means over 470,000 will not get a shoe contract. No autographs. No private jets. No fan clubs. No Hall of Fame inductions. Instead, they will walk away with something much more valuable.
Biggest pet peeve. People misusing the like you are and like your, you know what I mean? Like on social media, I hate that.
People that chew with their mouth open.
Tanning. The sun.
I don't like when people chew gum loud in my ear.
Biggest pet peeve?
Ooh, tapping on the desk when I'm in class. Yeah.
Liars.
Pennsylvania drivers.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
When people talk to me too much, asking me random questions. I'm not really the dude that does small talk. You know, like just ask me something so I can keep it pushing. Yeah.
So, May.
Yeah.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor. It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
These are your teams, your players, your community of fans. This is where they play, where they practice, where you cheer. At every meet, every event, every game. Your community is passionate, dedicated, supportive. You know the tension of a close game and the thrill of the win. So while you're cheering, keep an eye out for anything out of the ordinary. If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
And welcome back inside SB Gymnasium on the campus of Rowan University in Glassboro, New Jersey. I'm Mark Gacitelli alongside my broadcast partner, Kayla Santiago. About to get the second half started here. 44-37 Profs lead. Here's your head-to-head top scores for both teams. For Rowan, it's Ryan O'Leary, 9 points, 3 for 5 from the field, 3 for 4 from beyond the arc. Chase Barney's top scorer for the Scarlet Raiders, 16 points, 4 for 7, 2 for 3 from beyond the arc, and he's 6 for 6 from the line.
And I think the difficulty with the Scarlet Raiders right now is that Barney's really has been good with 16 points, but they're not sharing the ball as much around as, you know, the Profs you see really limiting their turnovers, have 6 steals, which is pretty impressive, and 17 rebounds. That's without Deontay Baugh, Mark.
Yeah, they've done a good job replacing Deontay Baugh underneath, who's out today. Austin Carney has been shouldering the load at the center position. You can see the Profs, 4 for 15 from 3. Rutgers-Newark only 3 for 8. So Rutgers-Newark more efficient with their opportunities from beyond the arc, but we know this Profs team loves to chuck up the long ball.
They definitely do, and we saw that with Matt Green and O'Leary and Dickerson as well. Dickerson 1 from 3 from beyond the arc. O'Leary 3 for 4. So both of these guys really contributing, as Dickerson has 9 points and Green has 8. So they're sharing the ball just a little bit more than Rutgers-Newark is.
Well, it's been pretty much all Chase Barney's tonight for the Scarlet Raiders. For the Profs, you're right, it's been a mix of everybody. Dickerson and O'Leary with 9 tied for the team high. Then you got Malik Sanders and Matt Green with 8. And starting 5 to start the second half for the Profs will be Jerry Price, Connor Dickerson, Austin Carney, Malik Sanders, and Ryan O'Leary. For the Scarlet Raiders to start the half, it'll be David Logan, Chase Barney's, Quincy Rutherford, Tyrone Bowens, and Mike Vick. Dickerson goes baseline, can't get the layup to fall. Mike Vick brings down the rebound. Vick driving in, left-handed layup off the glass, and it's good.
Vick taking advantage of the smaller Price, sees the mismatch there. just drives through the lane, no problem.
Jerry Price gets around the Kearney screen. Dickerson to the rack and gets swatted away. However, Patterson paid the price as he's down behind the play.
Yeah, not a good thing for Patterson. Looked like he might have came down on the tailbone, and that has to hurt.
See the Rowan University athletic training staff over tending to Jameer Patterson as he's down there. But it's a heck of a block from Patterson on the play, and he'll be helped up. And an applause from both fans, Rutgers-Newark and Rowan. Happy to see that Jameer Patterson walking off under his own power. But you got to talk about the block on that play. Dickerson looked like he was about to rise up, and he was going for the slam. He had two hands on the ball. He wasn't trying to lay that up, and Patterson came through and completely denied him at the rim.
Patterson timing it perfectly, seeing that Dickerson, as you said, has two hands on the ball, not going up for the easy layup, going in for the full jam. Patterson right there to stop it.
So 44-39, Rowan a 5-point lead. Rutgers-Newark will inbound the ball. Here's David Logan. Barney's kicked out. Vick in the corner. Rutherford pass underneath to Bowens. Bowens guarded by Kearney, trying to back him down. Loose ball, grab, Vick, and that's the shot clock.
And lockdown defense by the Profs. And Rutgers-Newark had no idea how much time was on the shot clock. I don't think any player on that court noticed it. If they did, they just didn't say anything. But not good communication there by Rutgers-Newark.
Kearney kicks it out, swinging the ball around. O'Leary. Three ball from Kearney, airballs it, and then Sanders went to save it. He got fouled by Logan underneath the rim.
Sanders definitely fouled, but also selling that call a little bit, just making sure the ref standing right there knew it was a foul and that he was being held on to.
Sometimes you got to sell the call in order to get it. That's what he did on that play as ball inbounded and O'Leary with it. We know he can hit from deep if he decides to. Jerry Price pass underneath and right into the hands of Vick. Behind the back dribble into the lane. And they're going to call a foul.
And Price just a little bit off today. Only has 2 points offensively and already 2 turnovers early in this second half. Just has got to watch out for that right now and get back to his game.
Well, it wasn't a shooting foul. Vick will inbound from the baseline. Underneath. Patterson back in the game now, just checked in, so good to see that he's okay. Vick. Barney's. Floater. Got the friendly roll. 3-point game. Profs up 44-41. Kearney underhanded scoop and score.
Too easy for Kearney, just backing down Bowens, being able to get inside the lane and an easy layup for 2.
Vick double teamed at half court, breaks through, he picks it up. They wanted a walk, they won't get it.
Coach Poles over there, upset, head coach of the women's team. You see him trying to find the ref and that it was a travel call.
Layup was good and 3-point game. Speaking of Coach Poles, ran into him during the halftime break and he's all smiles as he should be. His women's basketball team with their win over Rutgers-Newark today improved to 14-2 overall on the season, including 8-1 in the conference. So he's all smiles over there. Now he's here in the gym supporting the men's team.
And I think he has to be. I mean, the Profs really didn't go through adversity this season until, they lost Grace Marshall and also they lost to Montclair, which was about a 20-point deficit. So coming back from that, beating Kane, a chance to get to the top of the NJAC, that's exactly what they did, showing that, they're going to get knocked down, but they can go right back up. And Coach Poles has nothing but to smile.
Austin Carney missed the first of his 2 free throws, knocks down the second. It's a 4-point ball game, 47-43. 17-15 left to go in the second half. Rutherford was double teamed at half court, but gets the ball across to Vick. Rutherford rotates over, guarded by Dickerson. Rutherford goes baseline, underhanded layup, no good, loose ball. Dickerson couldn't save it. It'll stay with the Scarlet Raiders.
Raiders having only 9 seconds on the shot clock. Still enough time to make a play. Not the best shot by Rutherford when Matt Green and Connor Dickerson were right there. Unfortunate for the Profs, unable to get that rebound.
Vick's pass to Patterson. He kicks it out to Rutherford. 3 ball. Got it.
He faked Sanders out. Sanders got caught and didn't want to try and put his hand down to catch the foul.
And Jerry Price with the acrobatic layup gets it to go, and it's a 3-point game once again. Patterson baseline, can't get it. Rebounded by Sanders. It's Price up the court, left-handed dribble drive, got it.
Jerry Price must have heard me that he wasn't in it today because he came right back. 2 tough layups.
Timeout on the floor called by Rutgers-Newark. It's a 30-second timeout, so we're going to keep things here.
And as we see right now, Malik Sanders with a tough rebound, dribbling it out. Jerry Price going to take it all the way down the floor, right-hand scoop layup, and good.
Jerry Price sometimes makes it look so easy. He's got that small frame, the shortest player on the Profs team, the only player that's under 6 feet tall. Jerry Price stands at 5'7", but when you're that small, sometimes you can slither through and around defenders, and that's what he's so good at. And don't forget, he can hit the long ball too.
And he's not afraid to take contact. He's not afraid to drive in there against those bigs, go up for the layup, because he wants to absorb that contact, get those N1 call fouls, what he pretty much does best.
Coming out of the timeout, Scarlet Raiders looking to pull themselves even closer. It's a 6-point game right now, 51-46. Excuse me, a 5-point game, 51-46. Profs have the lead. Profs fans wanted to walk. They won't get it. Rutherford underneath, layup, no good. Carney rips down the board. Price hands it off to Carney, goes baseline, kicked out. Dickerson holds on to it. Foul called on the play. It's got to be on Patterson. That's Jameer Patterson's 3rd foul, team's 3rd.
Patterson now has to watch out for foul trouble. 3 fouls, but still a lot left to go in this second half. He didn't start out this game, but he did start out coming out of halftime. So coach must have saw a lot in him and wanting to keep him out there.
Jerry Price finds Carney at the top for 3. Off the rim, no good. And there's a whistle on the play underneath. Quincy Rutherford whistled for the foul this time. It's his 4th.
Rutherford with a big game against Stockton.
And Carney gets fouled, and who's it on?
It's Rutherford. I believe he just fouled out.
Gets called for the reach, and he'll be done if that's on him.
And Mark, it's early in this second half. Still a lot of game left to play. He had that huge game against Stockton, and now he only had 3 points on today's game, but can't help his team on the floor any longer tonight.
That's a big miss for the Scarlet Raiders. Quincy Rutherford fouls out, 15:40 left to go in the second half. Last game against Stockton, he was their leading scorer. He's been shut down so far for a majority of the night. But now he's done for the game as Connor Dickerson kicks it out. O'Leary to Dickerson. Fakes it, cross court, Price. Almost gets it stripped away. 6 on the shot clock. Jerry Price step back three, hand in his face. No good. And it will go to the Scarlet Raiders as it deflects off Connor Dickerson in the end.
Looked like that three by Price was tipped a little bit, trying to get that step back to go in. But he was smart. He did look at the shot clock, dribbled out, and wanted to take that last second shot. Just the Scarlet Raider was right there.
Here's Barney. There's a whistle on the play. It's on Jerry Price. It's Jerry Price's third foul. And Matt Green will come into the game. He takes out Jerry Price.
And Price trying to say that he got hit in the face, but officials thought the contact for him defensively came first.
It's Vic. Swings it across. Salisbury fakes the three, goes baseline, pulls up, couldn't get the jumper to go.
I believe that might have been tipped by Dickerson a little bit. That ball looked way short. I think Dickerson got a piece on it.
Dickerson goes baseline, almost gets stripped, and now a foul's called. It's on Salisbury, and Rutgers-Newark is beside themselves.
The referee is calling this game very tight today, not letting any little slip-ups happen. Sometimes you'll see officials will let the game play out, but right now, not doing that.
And now there's a whistle. Is this going to be before the play? Is it a warning or a foul?
I believe it's a warning as both guys going at each other. That's Salisbury and Dickerson, both headbutting each other back and forth. So they're going to take Salisbury out now to try and avoid any conflict.
All right, Profs go to inbound. Now we have a foul before the ball's inbounded. And Rutgers-Newark is not happy. This time it's David Logan. David Logan's fourth foul. He was very upset. Now he's going to have to come out of the game. And you can see with the amount of haste he's walking towards the bench, he is not happy.
And the Scarlet Raiders cannot afford to lose another starter in this game. Still, as we say, only a minute's passed since Rutherford just got fouled out.
Free throw knocked down by Carney. And it's been an awful lot of fouls in this game for both teams. Now in this half, the Profs have been the more disciplined team, only 2 fouls, but it was going both ways last half to where both teams were in the double bonus and over the limit at 10+ fouls.
Both teams just playing very aggressive and not timing either their blocks or just pushing a little bit too much.
Salisbury driving in, gets it swatted away. Loose ball picked up. Patterson. Jump ball. Jump ball will go to the Scarlet Raiders. Possession out of their way.
Patterson frustrated on that play, just telling himself to calm down. The last thing they need is a technical in this game right now, already losing 2 of their key players on the bench.
And Green whistled for the foul there. If he got away with that one, I wouldn't be surprised if head coach Dan Loughran from the Scarlet Raiders ran out onto the court to get in the ref's face.
I mean, I would be upset if I was the coach of the Scarlet Raiders too if Matt Green got away with that one, because they called about 4 or 5 consistent whistles on the Scarlet Raiders on the other end.
If they didn't call that foul, that would have been a very bad look, as there was a heck of a lot more contact on that foul than the last 3 called on Rutgers-Newark. Malik Sanders from 3, off the rim, loose ball brought down by Patterson. And Barnes will go to the rim and get fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. Matt Green put his hands up saying, I didn't touch him. He gets whistled.
And now for Matt Green, that's his 3rd. Jerry Price on the bench also has 3, so both of them have to watch out. don't want to get in foul trouble.
First free throw from Barney's is good. Substitution, Damian Smith coming in. He'll replace Ryan O'Leary. Barney's knocks down the second. It's a 5-point game. 53-48, 13-45 left to go in the second half. Profs have the lead. Damian Smith, call for the walk.
And a good move by Damian Smith on the outside, dribble going back in. Just too many steps there. He probably should have gone up for the shot, but thought the double team was coming, so was going to pass it out. And then unfortunately, got called for the travel.
Patterson finds Vic. They're leaving him open for three. Hits it off the front of the rim. Malik Sanders with the rebound. Behind the back dribble, into the lane. Steps around. Can't get the shot to go, but a foul's called on Salisbury underneath. Sanders going to the line for two.
And the foul count right now, 18 fouls on Rutgers-Newark and only 4 on Rowan. So Rutgers-Newark really not as disciplined on both ends of the floor, picking up those fouls.
Malik Sanders shooting just under 67% from the line on the season, knocks down the first of two. Profs as a team, they're shooting lights out from the line right now. 18 for 22 after that free throw. Sanders looking to improve to 19 for 23 for the team. And he does.
And that's something they're going to need to do, Mark, if they want to keep the edge on this game, because it's very close, and those free throws could be the reason why they win or not at the end of this.
Vic gets it handed off to him from Skirling Reynoso. Reynoso in the corner, can't get the three to go. Rebound brought down by Carney. Malik Sanders guarded by Reynoso. Carney goes baseline, nice move, couldn't get it to go. Rebound, kicks it out. Dickerson in front of the bench, got it! Connor Dickerson for three from the corner, and Rowan goes up by 10.
And Dickerson excited about that one. Good ball movement. The ball saved by Damian Smith, and then Connor Dickerson hits it from downtown.
Reynoso to the corner. Three ball wouldn't go, and Vic knocks down the putback. Foul called on the play. They're going to give it to Malik Sanders. He was dribbling with the ball.
And as we see here, Carney, Damian Smith tips it out. Carney gets it back, sees Dickerson open, corner three, and he hits it. And man, he got excited. How can you not?
Well, right now they lead the second-ranked team in the conference by 8 points.
And Mark, this is a big upset if the Profs can pull this one off. Standing-wise, especially looking at both of their records, not saying talent-wise, but how they're placed right now in the NJAC.
Long two. Salisbury couldn't get it. Matt Green. Carney, loose ball, taken away. Price with the loose ball, and he picks it up. Dickerson fakes it, baseline, gets pushed. It's on Barney's.
The bench thought that Dickerson was going to pull that three in the opposite corner. All stood up, but he decided to drive. And now, as we said, Scarlet Raiders in foul trouble. They're one foul away from having 2 free throws at the line for Rowan.
Well, they just gave that foul to Mike Vick instead. There's a full timeout on the floor. We'll continue that conversation when we come back right here on RowanAthletics.com.
In one word, if I had to describe Trifecta Therapeutics, if I had to describe Trifecta in one word, it would be empower. The purpose of Trifecta Therapeutics would be to empower the athletic community. I just really like the population of having active individuals and people who really want to get back, doing whatever they could to get back and want to be part of that process. We want them to feel like this is an environment where they belong and where they're going to get the best possible care. This is a professional environment. They're all working with their doctor, physical therapy, but I want them to be comfortable and fun. Not only do we want to rehab you from your injuries, we want to get you to an optimal place as an athlete. My clients are also there. They're active, they're hungry, they all want to get back to something. They're focused and they're dedicated. That's a perfect combination. You really want to be challenged and get to your goals faster. That's why I would say come here.
And welcome back into SB Gymnasium on the campus of Rowan University. I'm Mark Ancelli alongside my broadcast partner, Kayla Santiago. Out of the timeout, 58-50. Profs have the 8-point lead. Connor Dickerson currently the leading scorer for the Profs, and he's at the line shooting 2 free throws. He's got 12 points on the afternoon to lead all Prof scores. On the other side, Chase Barney's 22 points leading the Scarlet Raiders.
I think the thing that's different, as I said, that's coming out of the half as well, the Profs really sharing the ball well. Right now they have 3 players in double digits, and then close coming in, Ryan O'Leary with 9 and Matt Green with 8. So really sharing the ball well and getting it around, not just being eliminated from one person.
Foul off the ball. Called on Jameer Patterson, his 3rd foul. Team's 10th. And that's Patterson's 4th foul, not his 3rd. So right now the Scarlet Raiders have 3 players with 4 fouls and already 1 that's fouled out.
And 3 players that 2 of them were their starters. 1 starter, Rutherford, already fouled out, and Patterson starting early in that second half because he played so well in the first, according to coach.
Damian Smith now whistled for the foul, his 2nd, team 6th. Big key now, Kayla. Profs already with all those fouls against Rutgers-Newark find themselves in the double bonus. So any type of foul, Rowan's going to the line to shoot free throws, and so far tonight, 19 for 24 from the line.
And as I said earlier, Mark, free throws might decide this game because it already is a close game.
Long 3 from Barnes knocks it down. It's a 5-point game.
And they really have to hit them as they have been all game to try and come out with a win on this one.
Green from 3, got it. Matt Green from the corner, and it's an 8-point lead for Rowan. Screen set. Long 3 off the back of the rim. That one taken by Josue Labitte. And Price gets the layup to go.
A lot of contact there, Mark, and Price completely absorbing it. On the other end, the shortest player on the court able to get that rebound as we see Profs out rebounding 24-19.
We have a foul on the floor. Or is it a timeout? It's a timeout on the floor. It's a full timeout called by Barney's. A lot of people over here thought it was a walk, but we're going to send it to a break. Be back after the full timeout on RowanAthletics.com.
If animals could talk, which animal would be the rudest?
Probably cats. Cats are the worst. I don't know, maybe like a raccoon. Because they, I don't know, aren't they known for like stealing stuff? They go and they just like run around and run off with it.
Probably a hyena. Llamas.
Giraffe. I feel like they sassy.
Porcupine. Porcupine.
If animals could talk, which animal would be the rudest?
Oh, a cat. Probably a donkey. I don't think they'd be very happy.
I don't know.
Porcupine. Probably a raccoon. The rudest animal would probably be a dinosaur. Just because they're big, they can do whatever they want.
Back here on the campus of Rowan University, the Profs 63-53 lead over the Rutgers-Newark Scarlet Raiders inside SB Gymnasium. You see the team comparison right there. It's been a pretty evenly matched game throughout for both teams, but the Profs have the 10-point lead as Labitte hands it off. Back into the game again. Layup no good. It was Logan who's got 4 fouls. He pulls up from 3, no good again. Price couldn't catch the rebound, but it goes out last off the Scarlet Raiders.
And Logan driving in. Good straight-up defense by Pantovic on that play. Not putting his arms down and fouling, but enough pressure to throw Logan off guard.
Logan, one of 3 players with 4 fouls for the Scarlet Raiders, so he's got to be careful. Green for 3, in and out. Saved. Green gets it back after Damian Smith keeps the play alive. Price from the RU, no good, and then it hits off the rim. Hits the suspender, holding up the net. So it'll be considered out of bounds.
And Damian Smith, one of those players that doesn't necessarily show up on the stat sheet, but he has those hustle points. Kind of reminds me of a TJ McConnell who used to be on the Sixers, really just going out on the ground, getting those loose balls out of bounds to give his team a second chance opportunity.
Well, Damian Smith, certainly a role player for this Profs team, continues to work himself into the lineup, and he's played a big role as one of the guards off the bench, coming in and helping out with the second unit. Done a fantastic job on the defensive side of the ball. That ball goes out of bounds, but it'll stay with the Scarlet Raiders.
And he's only a freshman, so he has some time to develop an offensive game once he wants to focus more on that as well.
Barney's long too, no good. Carney with the rebound. Still a 10-point lead. Jerry Price driving in, gets it stripped away, hits off his knee last. It will be Scarlet Raider basketball.
Coach Crispin not too happy about the decision by Price there, going in on a swarm of Rutgers-Newark players, and then it going off his knee as he takes Price out right now.
You got to be careful because the referees, they know how many fouls the Scarlet Raiders have. So it's going to take a lot to give some of these players their 5th and final foul. So unless it's blatant contact that completely stops you from scoring the basket at the rim, the refs are probably going to start to let a lot go on that end. Layup from Patterson, no good. Dickerson pulls down the rebound. Had Patterson not had 4 fouls, that may have been a foul on Patterson when Dickerson tried to bring down the rebound, almost got hit in the face. Carney hands it off to O'Leary. Goes out of bounds off Vic. Will stay with Rowan, 11 seconds on the shot clock.
And if you're the Profs, you're definitely thinking, as I'm sure Price thought on that play, to drive into either Logan, Vic, or Patterson to try and get them fouled out of this game. But at the same time, as you said, officials might not try and bargain with it, and you don't want to make a dumb play and lose the ball.
Dickerson, baseline, kicks it out. O'Leary, 1 on the shot clock. Got it to go. Rutgers-Newark said the shot clock expired. Referees counted the basket.
And now O'Leary, the 5th player for the Profs in double digits.
Timeout on the floor by Rutgers-Newark. See what kind of timeout it is, the 30-second timeout. We'll keep things here.
And as we see here, good ball movement by the Profs. O'Leary, top of the key, drives in, layup, and good. And as you see, Rutgers-Newark is calling a shot clock violation, but O'Leary joining the double-digit party of the Profs, the 5th player.
Fortunately for the Scarlet Raiders, there's no replay. Technically, there's no replay that should be able to overturn a ruling. I mean, that one's as close as it gets.
Yeah,
but
Mark.
Arguing for their case, there's no replay that can really overturn the ruling in Division III. Division I, yeah, it's a lot easier because it's Division I, nationally televised games, contracts. It's a whole different ball game, but in Division III, you don't usually see replay coming into effect to overturn anything.
You don't. As you said, it was super close. It could have gone either way. Kind of 50-50. Refs might have gambled with it. Either way, O'Leary took advantage.
Rowan on a 7-0 run within the last 3 minutes and 16 seconds. Damian Smith gets called for the foul, his third, team 7th. Chase Barnes goes to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. He's already got 25 points so far on the afternoon. Can't get the first to go of the 1-and-1, so it's a rebound. The props go the other way.
And Mark, this Rutgers-Newark team used to only giving up 57 points.
Damian Smith goes baseline, loose ball. Jump ball, and it goes to Rowan. They have the possession arrow.
And the Profs already scored 65 with 7:07 to go. So the Scarlet Raiders kind of not in their norm right now, trying to figure out ways to stop Rowan's offense.
O'Leary from 3. In and out, no good off the rim. Rebound, though, by Damian Smith. Layup, got it. How about the athleticism from Damian Smith?
He had to go over his own teammate, Connor Dickerson, who was on the ground for a second. Didn't want to step on him, so goes over him, pump fakes that little move, and gets it to go.
It seemed as though Smith hung in the air forever on that last shot, and now Barnes goes to the line for 2 as he's fouled shooting.
As we see here, second chance points. Damian Smith gets it, has to go over Dickerson, doesn't want to hit him in the head, does exactly that and gets it to go.
Chase Barnes trying to convert 2 shots, can't get the first to go. Malik Sanders checks in for Marko Pantovic. Barney's already 25 points, 7 for 11 from the field, 3 for 4 from beyond the arc, and 8 for 10 from the line. As he knocks down a second free throw, he's got 26 points now. Profs up by 13. O'Leary fakes the 3, goes baseline, layup, no good. There's a foul on the play, and O'Leary, he's down.
O'Leary immediately grabbing his right knee.
Got some help up. Thought he was going to be hobbling, but looks like he's walking just fine.
Maybe just a knee-to-knee thing where it might just be a bruise, but it hurts really bad in the moment. Probably just has to walk it off and come back in just a little bit.
Well, the foul called on the play was a charge. So O'Leary gets called for his first foul, and he's taken out of the game due to the injury we just saw. Screen set by Patterson. Vick almost gets stripped by Smith. Now Logan, layup off the glass and in. Price is getting double teamed. Cross court, Sanders. He's fouled.
And that's Barney's third now. So not at 4, but on the cusp of it, and might be a little bit of foul trouble for him as well.
Malik Sanders been very good from the line so far tonight, 10 for 11. Going to try and improve that here. He misses the first.
Don't jinx it, Mark.
Once again, the curse of the commentator comes back to bite me. You'd think I'd learned my lesson by now, but I just can't help myself. And he knocks down the second. So Malik Sanders puts the Profs up by 12, 68-56. Now double teaming. Patterson gives it back to Vick. Patterson underneath, pass baseline, layup from Logan, couldn't get it to go. Screen set by Carney. Price to Sanders. Sanders to Dickerson. Jumper, got it.
Good move by Dickerson, being patient with his dribble, kind of holding it back to get the defender behind him, and gets a nice jumper.
Connor Dickerson, 14 points, a team high in the game tonight. Logan couldn't get the layup to go. Finds Jerry Price. Jerry Price holds it up, finds Sanders, and the Profs doing the smart thing. Don't rush the shot. Try and kill this clock. You're up by 14 points. Sanders from 3 off the rim. No good. Rebound brought down by Patterson.
And if you're the Scarlet Raiders, you're trying to play hurry-up offense.
Dickerson can't believe that they called a foul. He stood up straight, just put his hands up, didn't lean one way or the other. And it's his second foul.
Not really sure there was much contact there. Maybe it was a foot by Dickerson that was put out, or his body moved down low. But from what we saw, it looked like he was trying to take the charge and stood straight up, and it was just missed, but officials thought differently.
It'll be free throws for Reynoso as he knocked down the first of 2. Damian Smith out of the game. Matt Green checks in.
And as we see here, not really sure how much contact there was. Connor Dickerson thinking the same exact thing. Upset about the call, and it's 2 free throws by Reynoso. Brings the Scarlet Raiders closer.
Price, double teamed, then he's fouled.
And both teams in the double bonus here, so every foul is going to be shots at the line.
Well, Reynoso called for that foul. It's his second. As you well know by now, the Scarlet Raiders are over the limit, so it'll be 2 shots at the line for Jerry Price. He misses the first.
And I actually found out the story of the shimmy. When he was playing in Texas, he said that he was not doing well from the line at all. He was kind of in a slump, and then he started doing the shimmy to try and get back into it. And he started doing better, so now he just does it.
Whatever works for Jerry Price as he knocks down the second, converts 1 of 2, and it is a 13-point lead for Rowan.
It's always great to see how the opposing crowd reacts to the shimmy.
Vick, hard step swatted away by Dickerson. And then a walk on the other side. Turnover on the Scarlet Raiders. Price will bring it up the court for Rowan. Under 4 minutes now in the second half, and he's fouled. I believe it's on Chase Barney's.
And that's going to be his 4th mark. So if the Scarlet Raiders want to make any comeback, that's the best guy to do it with 26 points on the night, and now he's in deep foul trouble.
Make it 4 Scarlet Raiders with 4 fouls. Jerry Price heads to the line for 2 free throws, knocks down the first. And now, right now, it feels as long as Rowan continues to shut down the Scarlet Raiders on defense by at least 80% of what they've done so far to kind of close out this game. If they hit their free throws as well, they should be in good shape.
They should. They definitely don't want to let up at all, because this team can come back. But if you think about it, the Scarlet Raiders only score about 64 points a game, so they're kind of around their average. The Profs outscoring what the opponents would score on the Scarlet Raiders 73. They usually only give up 57.1 points per game, so a little bit out of their element is Rutgers-Newark.
It's been one of those games for Rutgers-Newark. You could say from one side, a lot of fouls were called. It puts you in certain situations. You may not get to defend as tightly as you want to because you're afraid to be called for a reach or some sort of blocking foul. But on the same token, Rowan is dealing with the cards they've been dealt, and they've just taken advantage of the missed opportunities by the Scarlet Raiders. And it appears to be that the PA microphone made a loud noise right before Barney was about to shoot, so the referee whistled it off and let him reset.
And Coach Crispin over there talking to him. You're like, come on, man. Give him another chance to try and make that.
Almost a steal, but Dickerson, what a job fighting for possession. It's Malik Sanders. Kicks it out. Green thought about it from the corner. Dickerson fouled. It's Mike Vick, hits fifth, he's done.
Connor Dickerson, not somebody you want to put to the line if you're the Scarlet Raiders. He has the best free throw percentage on this team at 78%. Excuse me, the second best actually, but a very good free throw shooter.
Connor Dickerson had some big shoes to fill after last year. Of course, him and Jerry Price as well, transfer guard. With the graduation of both the Persia brothers, Nick and Rob, the point guard and shooting guard duo, those positions were up for grabs, and Connor Dickerson and Jerry Price have really stepped in and filled that role.
Yeah, and Jerry Price and Connor Dickerson both with double digits today. Dickerson with 16 leading his team. So 6 players in double digits for the Profs.
Tell you what, this Profs team has done a good job bouncing back this season. You would think, think about it, they lost 4 or 5 starters. They lost to the Persia twins, Nick and Rob, Ramon Wright, and Deron Curry. The only leftover starter from last season, Deontay Ba. They had to fill out the lineup with transfers and freshmen, and they're just starting to find their stride late in the season, and that bodes well for them as we head deeper into the season.
And not everybody has been healthy all at the same time either. Obviously, Deontay Ba and Ryan Legler not in today. Austin Carney missed the Montclair game, so trying to come through adversity and figure out, okay, these guys are out, but who can we go to next?
Dickerson for 3, couldn't get it. There's a foul underneath the basket. Foul issued to Matt Green. It's his 4th foul, and he'll come out of the game.
And Price and Green both at 4 fouls right now, so just switching in and out until, I guess, somebody fouls out of the game. But Profs with a 15-point lead. Still a lot of time left in basketball, but if they keep playing how they have been, I think they can take this one home.
Salisbury to inbound. Finds Barnes and over to Logan. Sanders tips it out of bounds. It'll be Scarlet Raiders basketball on the baseline. Logan inbounds it to Barnes. He's guarded by Price. Barnes gets the underhanded layup to go.
And that's 30 for Barnes in the game. His average is 16.
Barnes has really kept the Scarlet Raiders in this one. 3 from O'Leary. Got it. Ryan O'Leary stays red hot from beyond the arc. He's now 4 for 6 from beyond the arc tonight.
And And that might have sealed the game, Mark. Still 2 minutes remaining, but the Profs just keeping on the gas.
Layup from Barney's no good. Price gets the loose ball. We're under 2 minutes left in the second half. Props up by 16. Rowan just taking their time right now. Dickerson spin move, gets away, pulls up from 3. No good as Patterson comes down the court now. Pass through to Logan, gets the layup to go off the glass.
The Profs want to take up as much time as they can without turning the ball over.
Jerry Price, good facilitation. And Malik Sanders gets fouled.
And that was a really good pass by Jerry Price because Reynoso was right there about to take the charge. Price notices, see Sanders under the basket. Sanders was going to try and go for the big-time slam, but got fouled.
Sanders shoots 2 at the line. Can't get the first to go. Minute 25, let's go in the half. Profs up by 14. Knocks it down. 1 of 2 from the line, a 15-point lead for Rowan. 79-64. And a layup underneath. Easy pickings for Reynoso.
And Coach Crispin confused why Sanders didn't contest that, putting a hand up.
A little bit of hot potato going on between Jerry Price and Malik Sanders up the court. Price gets the layup to go and the foul, but we'll see if they give him the bucket.
And Price, he started slow in that first half, but came out of halftime and just really started advancing his game, as we see here, trying to break the full court press. Back to Sanders. Price, he's just going to take it all the way himself. Breaks Logan, moving the ball around, lays it in with the left hand, and count the basket.
They did give him the basket, and then he knocks down the free throw afterward, 82-66. Rowan has the lead. Under 1 minute left to go in the second half. Ball stolen away, and Dickerson will bring it up for the Profs. Foul called on the floor. Connor Dickerson will go to the line.
And Logan's out of this game now, which at this point, Profs hold the 82-66 lead. There's only 46 seconds left, so Mark, I think it's safe to say that there's really no coming back in this one for the Scarlet Raiders.
Too little too late. Profs now about to go up by 18 if Connor Dickerson can knock down the free throw.
Dickerson with 18 points on the game. Leading scorer for the Profs.
Shot no good. Rebound brought down, and Jerry Price just going to dribble the ball out. Shot clock isn't unplugged. There's 27 on the game clock, 22 on the shot clock, so 5 seconds separate as the Profs fans starting to clap it up. They know that they have the win in the bag, and most likely it'll be an 18-point victory. As Jerry Price hands it off to Malik Sanders, and they'll take the shot clock violation and give it to the referee.
And Mark, this is a really convincing win for the Profs. They've had some close games in this NJAC conference against Montclair. That was a close one. And here to win 18 against the second best team in your conference, who didn't lose by that much against Stockton, is huge for this Profs team. They started out slow in the beginning of the season, but they're going to prove that they can come back.
This Profs team has really turned a corner, and there's Connor Dickerson, Profs player of the game tonight. 18 points, a team high, 6 for 13 from the field, including 2 of 5 from beyond the arc, 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Also contributed 2 rebounds, an assist, a steal, and 2 blocks for the point guard.
And it was pretty impressive all around here. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players in double digits for this Profs team. They really were able to stop anybody but Barney's. Barney's 30 points on the game, but nobody else was really able to contribute They came out aggressive defensively and then were able to do what they do best on the offensive end.
Yeah, the Profs were able to get their offense going, and though they win by a final score of 84-66, they put up 84 points on the best defense in the NJAC Conference. Remember, coming in this one, the Scarlet Raiders only gave up about 57 points per game. Profs offense puts up 84, and they get a huge 18-point victory. Don't forget Rowan's next game on the road in Camden, New Jersey against the Rutgers-Camden Scarlet Raptors. It'll be on Wednesday, January 22nd. First tip-off is at 8 p.m. in Camden, New Jersey, so make sure you guys tune in for that as the stream will be held by the Rutgers-Camden Scarlet Raptors. But with that being said, I'm Mark Etchelli, my broadcast partner, Kayla Santiago. Thanks so much for tuning in. Once again, Profs win by 18, 84-66. Have a great night, everybody.